So I just got this SRB1200 and I wanted to go ahead and do some modifications to it. Purely going to do some cosmetic modifications first. Eventually we'll see about upgrading anything else. Again, they do kind of purposely make these so they're pretty hard to upgrade these Splatterballs. So we'll just go with cosmetic stuff and see how that works out first, okay? So you can see I got a lot of things out here, printed a lot of new parts, and got some cool ideas that I'm going to do. So one thing I want to do is replace the stock. They gave you this extra piece right here. Obviously, I've already started to modify it. So this piece can just slide directly on back here, and it's usually got like a little loop that you could put a strap on, okay? Well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mount this instead, and then this will mount to that, and that's going to allow this to mount on here. And what this is a fold away stock. So then this is going to go ahead and you'll be able to fold the stock over to the side like that. Or, of course, you can put the stock out and that clips in and it will stick out. So this is not, screwed in all the way. And I've got a couple different stock options. This is a kind of standard M4 AR-15 buffer tube. Even for a lot of the AK-47 airsoft guns, this buffer tube works. So several different stock options. I'm probably going to get a very minimal one to use since I'm not trying to store any sort of batteries or anything in that stock. I can go ahead with something really minimal, and I think that'll look cool there. So yeah, so that's just going to slide on there once we get that, and then that piece will slide on top of that. So up top here, wanted to do a nice long rail, okay? So this nice long rail is going to go here. And then I've got this little scope riser. It'll kind of attach onto it. And when it's actually on the rail, it's just slightly higher than this piece back here. Okay. So that's what my plan is to do with that. We'll have this here. Again, that rail will be underneath it. This will be slightly higher so that you can mount, I'll probably mount a scope right at the front end of that. Towards the front of the rail. Not sure. Maybe I'll actually put like a laser there because it could actually, it should actually still be high enough that the laser can go over the top of that front sight. And then the scope will obviously be raised up so the laser is not in the way. So I might do something like that with that. Now, underneath here on the battery door, I'm going to go ahead, have a rail that's going to go right here. And then I thought that that's just kind of too short to put the handle, put a grip right here. Now I certainly could if it was a small compact grip, but instead what I decided to try was to print out this piece. So this piece would go on top of this rail, and basically that's going to extend out like that and then allow me to put a grip out here a little further. So I'm leaning towards this grip that I had from previous printing, leaning towards that. I did go ahead and print this one out, which would be okay too, which would go on there like that. But I kind of like the actual handle a little better, so I think that's what I'm going to end up going with. Other than that, we've got some barrels on the front here. So this is the one I like a little better. It's actually an amplifier. It just goes right over the top of that. That's a 24 millimeter. So you can find some 24 millimeter barrels for airsoft guns that should be able to fit pretty much over the top of that. Just had to do a little bit of notching out because of this white plastic piece. Also had printed this one, which would fit over it too, but a much more minimal one. So that would go on there, or can go on there as well. All I did for this to get a nice tight fit was actually just put a little bit of tape around the orange piece on the inside, and that's probably going to be adequate. You could do like a little screw right here or like through the side of it that could go into that orange piece if you really wanted to, but I don't think I need to. It looks like I need to sand a tiny bit more so I can get rid of that orange and this piece can go back flush. So I'll probably adjust that little notch out a little bit. So that's the build plan. You see all the different parts here. Now I need to decide what color to paint. The only colors I have is I've got white and I've got orange. I don't have this dark gray. So we'll see if I decide to go with that or what I end up doing. I want to kind of keep it, matching the existing colors, and I don't really want to take the whole gun apart to do a good paint job. So probably going to do a mix of orange and white just because I have that paint on hand. So anyway, I'll show a completed video, of course, too. Let me know what you guys think of it. Any comments or questions, of course, let me know those too. And please like and subscribe all my videos.